Question 20 is asking us to work this out without using a calculator. So we have 2 whole number 1/7 divided by 5/9. So first thing we do is convert the mixed number, which is 2 whole number 1/7, that is your mixed number, to an improper fraction. We multiply 2 with 7, which is 14, and add 1, the numerator, we add that to the product. So that's going to be 15/7 divided by 5/9. Now, whenever we're dividing fractions, basically we take the reciprocal of the second fraction. And when we take the reciprocal of the second fraction, by that I mean is that we flip the fraction. So the numerator becomes the denominator and vice versa. And your division sign becomes the multiplication sign. So basically 15/7 times 9/5. Now you can rewrite this as 15 times 9/7 times 5. We can simplify it by saying that 15 divided by 5 is 3. 3 times 9 is 27/7. Now it's saying give your answer as a mixed number in simplest form. So now we convert this improper fraction into a mixed number by dividing 27 by 7. We know that the 7 times 3 is 21. So that's the highest number we can go with. And 7 minus 1 is 6. So this is going to be your whole number. This is going to be numerator. And this is your denominator, which means 3 whole number 6/7. That is your answer for this. And this is in its simplest form. We cannot further simplify it. Question 21 is asking us to find the value of x. So for this, you need to remember that sum of angles in a triangle equal to 180, any triangle, which means 4x plus 3x minus 1 plus 90 degrees is equal to 180. This represents a right angle triangle. So 4x plus 3x is 7x. 90 plus 90 minus 1 is 89. And then you move it to the next side. So 180 minus 89. So 180 minus 89 is going to be 91. And 91 divided by 7 is going to be 30. So x is 13. If they were asking you to find the values of all the other angles as well, so what you would do is you would just substitute the value of x into those angles, solve it, and give the answer. But in this case, it's just asking us to find the value of x. So you stop at this point. Question 22 is asking us to calculate the value of y. So we have a right angle once again, but unlike the previous case, we don't have the values for all 3 angles. This is an unknown, this is an unknown. We only know that's a right angle. However, we have the lengths, which means we have to use one of the trig ratios. If you're wondering that why aren't we using Pythagoras, Pythagoras would be used if they were asking us to find the third missing length. Then you would use Pythagoras. But in this case, since it's asking us to find the angle, we use the trig ratios. Now the trig ratios are sine theta equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Cos theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tan is Opposite over adjacent. Now, what's adjacent? What's opposite? What's hypotenuse? Hypotenuse will always be your diagonal line for the opposite and adjacent. Now, this depends on the angle we're focusing on. In this case, since we're focusing on angle Y, so the line opposite to angle Y is called the opposite, and the line on which the angle lies is called the adjacent. So in this case, 12.8 is our adjacent and 7.5 is our opposite. Now, since we have the opposite and adjacent, and we need to find the angle, we look at the three ratios and see which one is most suitable for in this case. In sine, we need the opposite and hypotenuse. Since we don't have the hypotenuse, so this one's out of our options. For cos, once again, we need the hypotenuse. That's also out. So the only suitable one is tan in this case. So tan y equals to 7.5 over 12.8. Once again, we just directly do this in the calculator. 7.5 divided by 12.8. That is 0.58593. So what we're going to do is, since we're trying to find the value of y, so whenever you're trying to find the, not just the value of y, like, whenever you're trying to find the angle, you'll always take tan inverse, or like whatever the ratio is, the inverse of that. So by tan inverse, what we mean is that when we take the tan to the other side, it becomes an inverse. So tan inverse of 0.58593. We just plug that in the calculator. Tan inverse of 0.58593, and y is 30.37 degrees, or 30.4 degrees. Yeah. So if we're still confused about why it's tan inverse, basically look, let's say we have tan y equals to 4 over here. So when we take, like I said in the previous case, if something is being multiplied, when you take it to the other side, it gets divided. So 4 over tan, and when we bring tan in the numerator, its power will become negative. So do you see what we're doing? Like, that's how tan becomes tan inverse when it goes to the other side. Then question 23 is saying that we have two triangles, similar triangles, and they want us to find the value of h. So when two triangles, or like any shape, two shapes which are similar, what we need to do is figure out the scale factor by which the other shape is increasing or decreasing in size. So for that, we create a ratio of the similar sides, which in this case would be 7.2 over 8.1. Now this ratio would be equal to 5.6 over h. Why? Because since they're similar shapes, so that means the scale factor by which the side is changed, like the shape is changing, would be equal for all ratios. So what we're going to do is, we're going to actually rearrange it first. H equals to 5.6 times 8.1 over 7.2. Just make the calculation easier by, making h the subject, since that's what we're trying to find. Then we do 5.6 times 8.1 divided by 7.2, and that is 6.3 centimeters, which is your value of h. Then, yeah. Question 24 is asking us to complete the Venn diagram first. So we have the universal set, which has A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Set F is F, A, C, E, and set B is B, A, C, K. So as you can see, A and C are common, which means they come in the middle. F and E come over here. B, K come over here. And outside these, we will have A, B, C, D, E, F. You'll have G, I, J. Yeah, these will be outside. Then in the next part, it's asking us to find the number of F union B. So when we have this sign, that means union, which means all values. And when we have this sign, that means intersection, which means the common values, which was shown in the middle part. So number of F union B. So the N before the F union B shows that they're asking for the number of values, not what the values are. So number of values are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's it for that question. 1 second. Yeah, 6 values. Question 25 is saying, at a cinema, an adult ticket costs $8 and a child ticket costs $3. Farah buys 3 adult tickets and 4 child tickets for 38.50. Complete the equation. So 3A plus 4C would obviously equal to 38.5. Then Hannah buys 6 adult tickets and 5 child tickets, and they cost for $65. Write down another equation in terms of A and C. So that will be 6A plus 5C equals to 65. The thing is, if you look at the question, they've pretty much done it for you. They're just asking you to pick the value from the question and plug it in the equation. That is it. Then in part C, they're asking us to find the value, solve the 2 simultaneous equations and find the value of A and C. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to first bring it over here, 3A plus 4C. So let's write it down again. 3A plus 4C equals to 38.5. And 6A plus 5C equals to 65. So in simultaneous equations, you have 2 options. Either you can use the substitution method or you can use the elimination method. In this case, I'm going to use the elimination method to make it easier, because in substitution, when you have like a lot of like coefficients, like, have coefficients with each term, like of the variable, then like when you like make it a subject, it's gonna be like a fraction that's gonna be more like messy, the calculation, and like time consuming. So just directly go with elimination. For elimination, we're going to pick one variable which we want to eliminate. So let's say I want to eliminate A. So in order to eliminate A, I need to make sure that the coefficients of A are equal in both the equations. That is the first step. So we have 6A over here and 3 over here, which means I need to multiply the first equation by 2 to make the coefficients equal. So that becomes 6A plus 8C equals to 38.5 times 2, which is 77. Now we have 6A plus 8C equals 77. Okay. Next step is to eliminate A now. So for us to eliminate A, we need to see if the signs are opposite or not. In this case, 6A is positive in both the first and the second equation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the signs of the second equation, which means if they're like originally positive, now they become negative. And if they were originally negative, they would be positive now. So since they were positive, I made them all negative. And now I'm going to add these equations. So 6a minus 6a, or you could say, yeah, or you could say that we're subtracting both equations. Yeah, you could say that we're subtracting the first equation, subtracting the second equation from the first equation. So 6a minus 6a plus 8c minus 5c equals to 77 minus 65. So whatever's on the right-hand side, it remains on the right-hand side. And what's on left-hand side remains on the left-hand side in this step. So 6a minus 6a is 0, which means 6a, like the variable a is getting eliminated. And 8c minus 5c is 3c. And then 77 minus 65 is going to be 12. So now c is 12 over 3, which is 4. Now we have the value of c. To get the value of a, you will plug in the value of c in either of the equations. You can even use the first or the original ones. You can even use the one where we multiplied it by 2. In every case, you'll get the same answer. So if I use 6a plus 5c to once again make sure that like I'm spending less time and like getting the right answer. So replace c with 4. So 6a plus 20 equals to 65. 65 minus 20 is going to be 45. A would be 45 divided by 6. So we know 45 is divisible by 3. 15 to 7.5. Yeah. So A is 7.5 and C is 4. Always keep in mind that there's several ways to reach to a solution in each question, but you have to choose the easiest, simplest, less time consuming method. And with that, we're done with this paper. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll explain the concept again, and hopefully I'll see you in the next paper. Bye.